Since everything has a limit, then it really doesn't matter how much work you put in something, since, well, everything has a limit, which means that fate is already set for you and you can't do anything about it. It only comes down to, genetics and luck, and if your parents were rich. Is exactly what I would say if I was a complete idiot. Listen to this. Henry Ford, Henry Ford, the guy who created the car company Ford, the same guy, said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. That quote hit me in my fucking heart, like instantly. This shit goes hard, but now think about it. After all, why do we set limits? Why do we set limits on ourselves, and why do we let other people set limits for us? I feel like the people who bring up the thought of understanding your limits very often are the same people who set them in the first place. So really, are there any limits at all? Now look, I'm not saying that you should go in blind and be greedy for more power, more strength, for more money, more status, anything. But what I am saying is that you shouldn't put limits on yourself in any area of life. Okay? Because the truth is, if there is a limit, then it's somewhere. If it exists, it's somewhere. We don't know where it is and what's it even like. And if that is the case, then most people will never reach it. Not even close. No matter which area of life you pick, whether it's fucking martial arts or strength or the amount of popularity you can gain or whatever, achieving anything, you will never achieve the maximum. There's always something to reach. Now, let's look at the other hand. And on the other hand, there's this modern hustle culture where, discipline over motivation, hard work, all that bullshit, which is fine. But like those people don't understand it themselves. What they do is they act on greed. They want more and more and more and more and more, and then in the end they have all of the stuff. They still don't feel like it's enough, and they just never stop the process of gaining things. Even though they don't even use them, they don't even live their own life. They are consumed by the process. They have enslaved themselves for life. Now, look, I have a way better example to approach the limits. Now, I don't know how much you know about Dragon Ball, but in Dragon Ball Super, Goku, he overused Kaioken times 10, which is a technique that multiplies his power by 10 times, while the higher the level, the more strain goes on his body, uh, while he combined that with Super Saiyan Blue, which is the Super Saiyan of Super Saiyan God. Well, whatever. You have to watch the show to understand. But essentially, what happened was he realized that he overdid it. He strained his body so much to the point where he could not control his energy anymore. When he tried to focus and teleport somewhere, he was way off. If he wanted to use his strength for something else, he sucked. He could not do it, at least properly. But what he did is he had to accept that, okay, I overdid it. It's time to rest up a bit and then ease back into it. Just basically adaptation. Once you reach obstacles in something, you need to adapt. If you see an obstacle as something that is too hard to overcome, that's where you set a limit on yourself, which means that's the end for you. When in reality, that's just how nature works. It sets obstacles. Nature is always in balance, and if you want to achieve the best that nature allows you to, then you must learn to adapt. See, searching for your limits is not just a straight line up. It's not even a diagonal. What it is a line up. You bump into something, you pick another angle, reassess, ease in, adapt, and shoot back up. You bump into something again, you change, adapt, up again. And you repeat the cycle constantly until the day you fucking die in any aspect of your life. Whether it's working out to gain size, or to be strong, or to be a good fighter, or to make a lot of money, or have status, or something. You must overcome by adapting. Otherwise, like I said, that's your limit. That's where it all ends for you. Alright? So back to the quote of Henry Ford, where he said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. If you think that you can overcome obstacles, no matter the time and difficulty it takes, then you can overcome the obstacles and shoot higher. If you think that you cannot, well then you cannot. There's so many people who are just coded the negativity of just accepting your defeat, accepting that, well, that's how I am, that's how it's supposed to be, and they treat that as like humility and just wisdom or something, when in reality that's just them setting limits on themselves, and they think that's a smart thing to do, and the next thing that they're gonna do is project the same ideas on other people, and this way this negativity cycle will never end. The problem with the modern world is that too many people have done that, too many people have been infiltrated, too many minds have been changed. It's basically fucked. So I say to you, do not listen and do not put limits on yourself. At least give it a shot, give it a proper shot, and then see what's going on. But the truth is, if you just do things for the love of the game, if you do things to improve, if you do things like Goku does, which is to always see how far he can actually go no matter the circumstance, you're good. You don't have to worry about no limits. Now, again, don't be arrogant, do not be greedy, but just let life take you where it can. Okay? You walk your own road, then go all the way. Don't just stop and go back home, you know? You have time. You have time. Life is not short. That's a lie. That's another topic. Okay, bye.